And now I would say enough time has passed to finally talk about a few things in regards to episode 15. If you read the title, then you know that this video is going to be about medic operators. Since I will be touching on a 6-star medic from episode 15, keep in mind that this video will contain operator spoilers. There won't be any story spoilers, just operator spoilers. So I advise you to turn off the video now, or keep watching if you don't care. And now for everyone that stayed, can we talk about this? My problem with 6-star medics. Let me explain what I mean by this. 6-star medics always fall into one of two categories for me. Either it is more or improved healing, or a DPS alternative. Obviously, I also am really aware that it is hard to give such a straightforward class flavor outside of new archetypes or the eventual power creep that will happen. And because of these design difficulties, we are severely lacking medics, since one 6-star medic of a certain archetype usually is the best that this archetype has to offer. The only way to create a new medic for a certain archetype is by making them a great healer, even stronger than everything we had before, or finding a way to make them a good damage dealer instead. We are missing a huge variety either in medic mechanics or archetypes. After all, in almost 6 years of Arknights, we only got 7 6-star medics, with 2 of them being available since launch. These medics focus on either defensive things, normal healing, wave clear, or lane hold and general DPS. And then there is the problem of 5-star medics existing, which actually have some flavor in their kits, be it Vandella's Thorns effect, silences drones, or Warfarin literally being able to buff. But 6-stars only heal at various effectiveness, and the rest of the kit therefore is kinda boring. Usually having like one area where they would excel at, and that's it. Like, let's talk about Shining a Nightingale, for example. Fortunately, they are a bit more general purpose because they buff defense and resistance equally, which comes in handy in most normal stages, with great AFK skills and a great skill that helps about difficult content. Then we have Lumen Air Berry. Since they excel at negative status heal, elemental heal, in order to become more useful, they've got incredible healing amp with a huge range, so that usually it doesn't matter where you place them, as long as they can heal something, they will make sure that this unit is at full HP for most of the time. These 4 operators in this case have AFK skills, like skills that can be used without much thought, be it Shining a Nightingale skill 2 and Airberry and Lumen's skill 1 for Airberry, or Lumen's skill 3. Since these are AFK skills, and Lumen and Airberry having an unlimited skill even, which is also not a problem I have, it's that this is just kinda boring. You just place them down and then they will do their thing after a while. Afterwards we have the DPS medics. Calcid was our first one to ever come out. She is, I most of the time would say, less of a medic and almost more of a lane holder thanks to Monster. Monster is true damage, lane holding. The end. When you have to deal with very strong enemies that or enemies that have dodge, high defenses, high resistance, basing Monster usually is one way to take care of them. Unfortunately, as a normal medic, she's therefore kinda lacking, since she has a really great focus on Monster and herself. Reed really excels against huge waves of smaller enemies. But outside of that, her healing is kinda limited, since her archetype Incantation Medic has the one problem that the healing is reduced by the enemy's resistance. And then finally, for the newest cat to join our operator roster, Medic, Monster. Monster actually has a bit more flavor. But in the end, it still boils down to AoE true damage. She just is straight up broken as a medic. Not only does she have AoE true damage, but using this true damage also heals her and all other operators. Since she is a chain medic, she usually is held back by the bounces reducing healing, but her talent gives her deployable, which negates this. The only thing that doesn't make her outright the best medic is the fact that she has a very terrible skill cycle since it needs offensive recovery. But there are ways to circumvent that. And these would be all our 6-star medics so far. As you could most likely tell, just like very generally watered down. We have general purpose medics, which replace the need for any other medics, and then we have DPS medics, which can go hand in hand with some of our other DPSs or with certain situations. So here I am, wondering what could they do so that we could maybe get some new and exciting new medics. Well, from my personal experience designing D&D monsters and encounters, as well as my knowledge in game design, let me tell you how I would personally spice up healing. For this, I'm just going to leave out new archetypes. I know I like talking about archetypes, so this is going to be a bit different. Instead, let's focus on what sort of talent and skills medics could have. And the one thing I personally would like to see would be an option to assign custom focus to a medic. So similar to what Kells and Monster have going on. In Operator Select or in Operator Overview, you can assign each medic a target. Be it a specific unit or be it a specific condition. Be it like highest HP, highest defense, furthest away, closest operator, be it ground operators, be it ranged operators. They will prioritize healing them just like how it is with Kells and Monster. Even if there is another operator on low HP within their range, as long as there's one operator that fulfills their focus condition, they will heal that one operator. This would, in my opinion, be very appealing for multiple use cases. Sometimes you can get screwed over by targeting, because sometimes you just need that one medic to really keep alive this one operator. But then someone else loses HP and they decide to heal that operator, and then this operator you really want to heal just retreats. Let's take a page out of the 5-star medics book, because they have great things. Instead of making skills that only increase healing, add more healing, or give healing over time, give burst healing, increases the medic's talent or increases the medic's trait. How about we give more 6-star medics the option to give offensive buffs similar to Warfarin, or more defensive buffs like Shining a Nightingale. Or we can also give medics more deployables similar to what Silence has going on. Yeah? Like, we can definitely do this in 6-star package. It is not that hard, I would say. I mean, we have the basis, now it's just to make something fun out of it. I mean, Monster got a deployable, so they know it exists. But let's say we want something new. We can also give them the option to apply debuffs to enemies that are near targets that are healed. You can even expand on that. If you really want to give burst healing, when an enemy that is debuffed by this medic is defeated, they will give burst healing to surrounding operators. Like, if you really want it. And while we are on this topic, how about we use another gameplay mechanic of Arknights and put it on the medic? How about we give medic stances? Yes! Give a medic a stance that turns them, I don't know, into a pseudo-bard with like a different range, not like a bard range, but more like an expanded medic range. Maybe something like a therapist medic or a wandering medic. Just give them passive healing. Would make them really good with enmities as well. So we would have a medic that actually hits enmities, and it would also be similar to what Perfumer has going on. And then, how about we do something else? How about we have a medic that can give operators lifesteal, similar to what Reapers and Mushas have going on. Do you know how insane this could be with some operators? And there would obviously be a lot more things we could do, instead of just buffing here and healing there. Yeah? We have a lot of interesting 5-stars that offer some unique mechanics, and even some 4-stars that could offer some unique mechanics. But what do you guys think? How would you design a new 6-star medic? Leave a comment. And while you are on your way down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hopefully I will see you again soon. But other than that, I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you around.